So I'm not the best at building decks for this game just because I'm kind of new to it, but this is kind of what I'm running. Volcanic Spear to Spell Spear, Volcanic Spite, Interacts Fall, Cosmic Hunger, just for the mana, Death Guard, Defender. It's kind of a good way to set up early game. Devil, Thing Barb. So kind of what I'm kind of doing is setting up for either going for Elesh Norn or flooding the board with Glistening Dawn. Using the Invasion in order to set up more mana so we can do Glistening Dawn more easy. And then my legendaries, I have Tolga, Itali, which is one of my favorite cards. I love getting this card out, it's amazing. And then Gulta, another one of my favorites. I really like the dinosaur ones. So being able to, like, if I'm able to Itali into a Gulta or get some of these out using Itali's skill, that's great. And then just some basic lands to go with it. I'm only running 2 plants just because I'm able to search them out, and it's not like they really go anywhere else unless they get like milled, which generally isn't an issue.
You'll find the color challenges under the Events tab.
Let's just do Vessel 1 Alchemy. We'll play a couple matches. And yeah, no, that'll be good to start. Okay, so first things first, set Highlands, pass. That forest. I don't have enough for his kicker yet. So what kicker is, if you're able to pay the additional mana, you're able to gain an ability off of it, but I just don't have the mana for it. Alright, you're a child. Okay, he's playing red and black. To do this and this because I'm gonna want to get a blocker out quicker than have Tali in hand. So this is kind of a deck that ramps more. So obviously building up to something like a Gulta or he's got Menace, so I could Glistening Dawn now since I have about 5, I get 2, but I want to do an Invasion first, set that up, and then go for something like 1 or 2 out, no attack, and pass. That way I'm able to ramp into Glistening Dawn better, because now I've got 7, so immediately I'm going to get better incubation. And then probably set up a Depth Guard. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm wanting to see out of this. So the big question is whether I go for... Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Alright, that is just really annoying. So I don't mind taking the 2, obviously I gotta block the 12. So now here's kind of where... Just gonna try to get board pressure back. Depth guard. And then I'm just gonna pass turn. I don't really want him to do anything right now. So my hope is that I'm able to Glistening Dawn again, because right now I've set up a good defense. I don't mind sacrificing the depth guard, he's whatever, and taking another 2. That's an issue though. Okay, well. That one So that's the issue, is now I have to block. I think I lost this game. Let's say I Glistening Dawn for 4. 2 mana up. Actually, no, let's go for it. With that 2 mana up, I'm just kind of creating a wall right now. Issue is, I just haven't drawn into my removal card. Alright, well, alright, you got it, dude. This is what it is. I couldn't deal with the removal. I had nothing to get rid of your artifacts. Or enchantments. Yep, it is what it is. Alright, so he's used this first time out, so unless he, like, had a heart attack or something, there's nothing that gets me out of this. And the thing is, even if he, like, uses all 3 of his timeouts, there's nothing that's gonna help me. Alright, yeah, so it passed his turn to me. I just play Galta. That's something he can do. So. It is what it is. I might just cheese out a win if he just doesn't come back in time because I played fast. Because he's out of timeouts, it passed to my turn. Yeah, and that counts as a forfeit. We take those. You know what? We take those. The enemy falls asleep at the wheel. I'm more than happy of taking the advantage because I was not winning that any other way. that's kind of the issue of this deck, is that you either really high roll or you really low roll. And it just depends on your starting hand. You can get a good tempo set up, then yeah, you'll do great. But if they have removal from the start, and you kind of can't hold a defending board, that's when it gets rough. So I'm going to keep that. So the only concern I'm going to have is starting out with a Galta again. But part of it is sometimes it just happens you won't draw into your big monsters. You'll just keep hitting them with these like Branch Riders or setting up for Glistening Dawns. So it kind of becomes an issue of where you run out of tempo early. See, I'm just going to ping for one. And see, like right here, this is going to be an issue where I run into that I'm not getting a second green mana to the point where I can't like Glistening Dawn to try to get an early point. I don't have enough mana to do the invasion. So I'm not... Right now, I'm just kind of more keeping on board presence. Okay, okay, that works. Gonna pass. Because that's not gonna do anything for me right now. So I got the point to where I can either Invasion or Glistening Dawn. So I could trade out. Let me see. At the beginning of each step, if one becomes put on turn, you control. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it because I don't want that ramping. Actually, no. I'd rather block her because once he gets the mana up, he's going to start trying to build these two up. And I don't want him to do that. So... Glistening Dawn, setting up. I should have done Invasion there, but I'm a bit concerned on setting up defenses more. Okay, so it's flying, so... I'm gonna go ahead and pop him. Get a little extra defense on the board. Not gonna attack, I'm just gonna pass. So next turn I'm gonna Invasion and then try to get Galta out. Let me Invasion first. I'm gonna Invasion. Set up, grab both planes. I kind of want to get that on board, but I'm not going to. It's too risky right now, is the thing. Return from the wilds would be good because I can create a food token, and that's just gonna help kind of hold the line. But the issue is I don't have the mana for it right now. So I'd rather get Galta out. Because Galta's not going to be afraid of anything. I'm going to get pinged for 3. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting of what I do next. I'm gonna Tolly. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna create a search for token, and then I'm gonna create a food token. So in terms of basic land, I'm just gonna set up just a forest. I'm just playing purely defensive right now. I don't really want to do anything else. So he's gonna try to just completely run over here. So I don't mind taking trades here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's fine. I can get a little bit of health back. I'm gonna sacrifice that. So I can get... Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and Volta. So here's where the crux of my situation is. If I attack now, I am not going to be able to survive the next coming turn. So I'm going to pass now. What I'm doing right now is just kind of setting up my board so that when the time comes when I can attack, it's going to be overwhelming. He won't be able to stop it. He'll have to devote so many resources just to try to stop me. I'm afraid that the next coming assault I won't be able to handle. Yeah, see, he's afraid too. Because the flying, I don't have anything to deal with, but that's good though. Okay, so that's good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need another Delta, so I am going to submit one. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to get another man in. And a Glistening Dawn. Get 2 11-11s out. So once again, I'm just going to pass. I've set up my board. He doesn't have any flying to get in the way. Okay, so... So right now, he's panicking. Right, I've got 2 4-4s, 2 11-11s. Yeah, so right now my whole goal is just I am all attack. So he's got to make a choice here. He will not survive this attack. He has got to sacrifice his entire board. And there we go. Yeah. So that's kind of the main goal, is like, I was able to hold a defensive board because he knew I was building up, and the moment I got a Tali out, it's dangerous for him to go all out attacking because he couldn't get over a Tali. Or not a Tali, Gulta. Well, Tali too. So that's kind of what this deck plays around, is hoping that they either can't ramp up in time before I do, or they just don't have an answer once the board is set, and you just go for an immediate kill turn. Now, I spent a little longer than I would have liked to doing that, but we did kind of see the end result of it. Okay, so this is much more of a control hand to start. I got Aatrox's Fall, I've got Searing Barb, Return from the Wild. So the main issue is I don't really have a creature to get out immediately, which isn't the worst, but it is something to keep in mind of. So I'm going to start going off red. Now here's the thing, if he plays a creature, I'm immediately... Okay, so it's got double strike. Creature. Pick one. This is kind of where I want to be at, like... Got double strike. Okay. Next turn, I'm just going to set this up for now. So what he's probably going to try to do is kind of buff up this Fencing Ace. So, since we're more on the green side, I'm going to first off do a Barb. And Prowess. So I am going to press an offensive a bit early. If he wants to block, he can. I'm not going to lose my Spell Spear off of it. That will, though. Yeah, so I was gonna say, he's probably gonna attack here. Yep. Thing for 2. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm able to get more interesting stuff off of it. So... what I'm probably gonna do is I'm not in any desperate need for health right now. I'm just gonna try to get extra... And out now, I don't have the battle in my hand, or the invasion, so I'm going to play a bit more defensively and get out the planes early just in case I may draw into it on its own. I'm fine sacrificing that, I don't mind. Token I created, nothing I'm concerned about. That's what I was worried about. Is now I have Gulta in hand, but I've only got 1 planes. I am going to do that. Get out. 6/6. So, if nothing else... That's what I thought. Okay, so that's not the worst thing for me, because I have a way to remove it. So right now I am going to press my advantage. Well, actually, I'm going to take 2 up. Because right now I'm not really threatened by his board. And he has to answer here quick. Because unless he gets out something big, he's not going to kill me in time. Even still with that, I'm not concerned. Yeah. So, I'm going to take out that. Then I'm going to deal with that. So just as I did before, I'm gonna do 2 attackers, so he has to block both of them. Well, he's really only got block 1, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm in a really good position right now. This was a really good early setting board, and I don't know if he just didn't have anything, or it may be, so I'm gonna mechanics fight. I'm gonna send Gulta back just because it's just not doing anything right now. So just in case he somehow pulls something out of his ass. Like that. Yeah, he knew there was nothing else he could do. Alright, so that's kind of another way you can play around with kind of more the enchantments going for incubation early on, and if they just don't have an answer early, you just kind of run over them. Alright, let's do like one more match. Or a good match, at least. That one wasn't really that great of a match, and okay, yeah, oh boy. This is the issue of running big cards, is that you can draw into both of them early on. Okay. But the issue is, I don't want to get rid of the land advantage I have in the hand, because I can get 2 out early. Okay, so that's a good card to see, especially with the way our board is set up right, or our hand is that Koga and Yudro can get out of some situations like that. But the issue is I can't do anything because the instant or the adventure doesn't put him on the board, so I'd only be able to buff these guys, which obviously I'm not going to want to do. Okay, so he's going blue-red, it looks like. Yeah, okay. So, he's going to press again, just because I can't block anything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try to set up a bit of defense. I'm going to try to ramp up and get to Kogla. Yeah, so this is the issue I'm running into. Is that so I'll get rid of that. Yes. Or for the worst card I can see. Okay. No, there's nothing I can do. I thought I didn't have fun, it's just I bricked. That's just what it was. But blue is a deck that absolutely tears this apart. Like, there is no good way around it. Like, yes, you can kind of, if you set up early enough or get a good enough board off the start, you can kind of play through whatever. But the issue is if they get a good control early, like bouncing that back quickly, like, okay, so this isn't bad. This isn't bad. My biggest thing is this, again, having Gulta in my starting hand. So that's something that, when I see blue, it's something I'm worried about. So here's where it's interesting. Because they're gonna go off of spells, I am gonna go ahead and get out my spell spear early. So he's ramping up or something. 4 minutes. Wait, what's that say? Pick it next. Okay, so I have got to figure out a way to get rid of that. So I don't have anything to remove that right now. So the best thing I can do is kind of like set up here. Yeah, so right now he's put me on the clock. Once I get 7 counters, I will not be able to hold that off. So I've got to get a move on. So what I'm going to try to do is set up. So I'm going to get rid of that guy instantly. So I'm immediately going to Searing Barb. I need him gone now. The prowess. So he just costs 1 mana. Transform. So right now I'm trying to flood the board as much as I can to prevent this from happening too quickly. Okay. So I can't do that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do... So next turn, my goal is to get Galta out. Like, that is the... So I'm going to commit to 2 attackers. I don't want him blocking... and I'm right now not afraid of his board whenever you scry. Okay, so that's going to be the only thing I'm afraid of, is that he's scrying a lot, and that's going to build very quickly. But it only triggers once per turn, so ultimately I'm not too scared. So I'm actually going to wait on my Galta turn and get out these 2 7/7s and really force him to press. So that's what kind of where I'm going. Okay, so right now I am not afraid, and the moment I get Galt out, he's dead. Now, what I've done is, since he put me on the clock, I raced as fast as I could. Okay, yeah, what I expect him to do. Okay, so that's really good. So I'm just gonna get Galta out. Then I'm actually going to go ahead and transform, spending the Phyrexian mana. Go for the attack. Activate Galta. Galta effect, create another 7/7. And yeah, so he just couldn't answer in time was the thing. Luckily I had a really good opening hand to go with that. That went well.